Here we are back with the final build installment of the beautiful horse by Lego, the creator. This is set number 31166. Contains, I think, 685 pieces. Retails for $54.99. The set was provided by the Lego Group for review. Thank you, Lego. So this is essentially what we're working on. And here she is, the beautiful horse. And she's ready to walk around and have fun, but, well, we're missing something here. Although the beautiful horse is completed, well, we are missing that at the bottom. So, yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing today, which is the last bag, bag 5. And, of course, I just lost the page that I had it set at. And so far, I'm going to say the set's at a 9, just no collaborative build. And maybe it was something else, but it wasn't too minor. But the build is still keeping my interest. And today is August 28th, 2025. So I'm finishing this all up in one day. Let's begin. Let's build it with bag 5. This is the last bag. So it looks like you could just leave your beautiful horse the way she is, or you can put her on some nice green grass instead of having her sitting on the void. I think she deserves better. And yeah, always a fun treat to build something after a long day of work. After this, I am going to get off here and get on Discord and relax and chat with my Lego buddies. So if you want to join the Discord, cool. Yeah, let's see here. So yeah, it looks like we're just doing the terrain at this point. I'm going to review this. It's not going to be hard. I think reviewing this one, I think what I'm going to do, well, that's a new one, a 1x6 one of these. Usually they have the studs at the end, but no, these were slightly different. Lots of bricks with bow. And, oh, you know what? You really can't see what I'm doing. We're back down here because we're going to be focusing here anyways. Now, where was that piece that I was messing with? I set it down somewhere and I've already lost it. There it is. So that's the goal today, is to finish up this set. Because I got a bunch more sets I have to do, and I don't want to just be, you know, kind of doing nothing really. So we got to make 2 of these. I found these. These are always helpful, so if you get them, hang on to those for anything really. The beautiful horse. Some of you are going to probably hate me for saying that millions of times, but she's beautiful, huh? I mean, really it's just brick built, but she's very strong and sturdy, so I'm not having any issues with that. I think it just, with this set, would have been better if it was a collaborative build. I could probably understand why, but you know, if you're expecting a failed grade on this one, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I have to fell them if they're really bad, and she's not that bad yet, so unless she crumbles apart here. Right now I'm trying to find the inverted slopes, and I'm finding regular ones, so what do you do when you can't find things? Well, this is what I'm looking for here. Is we just have to go sorting parts out until we find it. Yeah, so I had a quick dinner, which was just chips, dip, and a candy bar. That's about it. I just didn't want to cook anything or go out and get anything. I want to get done with work and get home quick. So yeah, that's what happened. And today, oh, well, I'm getting there. I swear I'm getting there. I'm just trying to find that one piece here. We're getting there eventually. I'm just sorting all the parts out right now until we find it, and I found it. So by the time you get to that point, you've already found a bunch of stuff here. And then these go in here like that. So I was like telling my bunch, like, nobody knock on the door or anything like that. Let me film this real quick, about an hour at the most. Shouldn't take about an hour, but yeah. So, boy, that's going to be very painful. I bet these are going to sit inside of there. look like they're about to fit in there. So I think that's what this is going to be, just a little trophy stand, nothing more. And kind of getting some of this stuff going here. Oh, a lot of these pieces though can be helpful for other builds, so that's one of the things I'm looking at. It does have a nice selection of pieces. Well, what's that for? Unless it's for the tail, but okay, it goes like that. Oh, it could be for accessories too. The beautiful horse. Yeah, so haven't done a whole lot of one outside. Starting to finish up my post until my fence post until the mosquitoes came out, and I thought, oh, I'm tired of getting attacked. So I just came inside for the night. I thought, well, I got 3 days, 3 whole glorious days to work on it, so I'll just have to wait until they subside a bit tomorrow and then see if I can get everything ratchet together. I'm just lag bolting everything where there was nails. That part didn't fail, it was just the nails work themselves out as wood expands and contracts, so I thought, well, I'm just going to go ahead and lag bolt this thing together. We got to make 4 of those, so yeah. So I've been busy. At least it's outside stuff, not inside stuff, so alright, I'm trying to okay, I am so lost here. Let's do 3 more of these. Okay, hold on, let's do these. Let's do it like this. Okay. For those who take these seriously, these are not to be construed as professional product reviews or how-tos or tutorials. These are just merely my notes. And all the opinions in here are mine and mine alone. LEGO doesn't tell me to say anything, or these are scripted. These are just for fun. If they're review offers and these were provided by LEGO, the commentary is of mine own words. So I, just letting you know. Oh, we got a green heart in here. Come on, this heart's going to give us a heart. I just found out it's just easier doing it like this. And what I'm planning on doing is reviewing this is not going to be that long. I'm just going to bring put the horse on a turntable, bring her up close, show the features. I'm not going to spend a whole night on this one, on reviews, doing close-ups. The next one I'm doing, I think tomorrow, I'm going to have to clean off some memory cards, will be like that. And I'll be getting messages over there, asking me if I want to play a video game. I'm tired of looking at screens, guys. I want to touch something physical, not just stare at a screen and control something. Even Minecraft gets boring after a while. When you're on the computer all the time, it does get kind of boring and stuff. Starting to get a little repetitious here. Okay, and let's just stack all these together here. Okay, they go like that. So obviously we're going to be building this up here along the sides. Okay, now it's like we're focusing our attention to the other side of this. Now, we're not done yet, so we're going to keep going here. I'm going to keep sorting because I'm looking for a plate that's got a thing sticking out of it. There it is. So just, when you're building a set, you could do it any way you want. Find the method that works for you. Like I'm sorting as I go. You can sort before you build. Depends on how you want to do it. I always like to change it up because it does get kind of repetitious after a while. Not too bad at all. So what am I going to do after this? Get on a Discord call. If anybody's really interested, I'll let you. I don't know. I've been thinking about putting the Discord chat thing in here. Just so if you want to join and just chat with me on it. Just don't go in there trolling or cussing me out, because you know, I'll ban on there. I don't care. But you know, that kind of thing. It's a better way of getting a hold of me too. Well, I mean, we're getting close to the base being done here. And then, so this this build installment, I think, is going to be very short. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it here. Okay, so you tell I'm getting a little tired. I'm just slowing down. Oh yeah, you don't want to step on that. That's not too friendly. It'll wake you right up. Okay. And while I remember everyone, I want to thank everyone on my main YouTube channel for being contributors to the... I keep forgetting the name that I got to get used to it here because I haven't written it down a million times. That helps out. Brick contributors or something. Brick tributors. There we go. So I want to thank everybody for that. I want to thank everyone on my Patreon for spending the time on there, taking a look at my content as well as my Rebrickable customers. It's always a big help. And thank you to my viewers who subscribe, comment, and like the videos. That's always a big help. That kind of thing. It's always fun. Alright. So, I'm not sure what we're doing here. But now it looks like we're focusing on the top, and I'm going to try to do is get this done here as smoothly as I can. Alright. Yeah, 1x10 plates, especially in green, are always nice to have. I got a couple of new tutorials I'd like to kind of tinker with this weekend, so I'm going to do it. Try to get some of these ideas kind of flowing out of my mind. And hopefully I can get them published. Okay, we're going to leave this thing flat on the workbench, because I notice it's starting to act really silly. And yeah, it's the green thing. At least it's green. I mean, how often do we work with just green parts? Very rarely, unless it's like some kind of like a Christmas tree or something. But you know, well, this is not a Christmas tree. We're not even in Christmas yet. Alright. These are nice pieces. You know, I could have used these for a mock, but not in that green color. But, well, unfortunately, we need to make 2 of those. I do not have them. These are brand new pieces, so you won't see those in tutorials for a few years. And 2, it depends on if tariffs lift up or not. Then I can grab the parts quicker and, you know, I got to check and see if the parts I need for another tutorial are available through Lego, because if they are not, then that tutorial that I was working on, because it has to be a certain color, will just get postponed until I can get the parts. Unfortunately. And now we're just making a base plate here. Not too bad at all. This is all going to lock this plate together, make it real strong. These are good for terrain, so if you start getting wedge plates in green and stuff, hang on to them. So we got some stones in here that I can't pick up off the table because I don't have those man nails. The guys with the really long fingernails, they can pick those up with real quick, where I'm just like can't even grab it. And they're always upside down where I can't grab them. Like I'm trying to slide it off the workbench without damaging the part. The little ones I can pick up okay. And I have to use that stinking red arrow that's hard for me to see. Okay. Does that go there? Oh, it covers up the hole. I thought that hole was where it does its number 2 at, like a bathroom. How many of these studs do we need here? Just 2. It's a nice little base to work on. It's really nice. Well, looks like we're getting somewhere. Ooh, I wouldn't want to step on these little thorns in here. Maybe these are little thorns for the horse. She has a reason to kick you off her back. Cannot pick that up. Sorry if my hands are in the way. I can't prevent that. And this goes straight in there. I wonder what that's for. Unless it's meant to tie the tail. Because this part here is missing. So I'm assuming this is probably the front of the plate. Okay. I don't know if I can get these teeth in green. It'd be kind of cool to fill that in. Stick that right in that little hole there. And we got ourselves a little dandelion. Okay. Like that. Oh, and this goes on that stick. I thought maybe it was for the horse, but oh, there we go. Alright, and then she goes on the top, but before we put her on there, let's show you what we have here for bag 5, and that's not too bad at all. That's a good selection of little pieces that I could use. Okay. Okay, we're going to call this putting together and setting up. So they show this leg here kind of bent like that. So I'm going to bend this one out of the way. And these other ones are just going to go in there. So I think what I'm going to do is do one first. And for these back legs, you've heard me... Wait a minute, I got it on backwards. Okay, well, let's do it the other way now. Alright, so this leg goes in here, not the one that's stiff. Okay. And then these back ones here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab these. And I'm just going to wiggle them in just enough for them to fit, and there we go. And that's it. And it shows that she can come off, and she can do this too. I don't know why you do that, but okay. Unless it's meant for her to jump. Oh, okay, so yeah, this is what it is. So this part here hooks in the tail. And Okay, so that's what that clip on the tail was for. So this clip here is meant to clip right there. But I think she looks better like that. Okay. Not too bad at all. And then let's get her situated here because she's beautiful. So the whole goal about the tour on this one here is I'm just going to blast through it real quick. I really need to oil this while I have the oiling can out from greasing up my tools. And yeah, you know what? The camera is fine the way it is. I'm just going to drop it down a little bit and just do that. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on her. A lot of people don't really care much for brick-built animals. I'm one of them. But I think that that's pretty good for her. Just making sure everything's kind of centered in. So yeah, I think this one's good here. She's done. And honestly though, whoa, well, I guess that come apart. I'm already damaging the beautiful horse. He can't go back so far. So that's how I'm going to do her. I think she's going to look really good. And then what I'm going to do is bring it up to the camera and show you. So that'll be the quick tour and demonstration of it. And I'm not going to, excuse me, until I'm getting tired. I'm not going to take her off the base, but I'll just mention that she's posable. And yeah, not too bad at all. Not too bad. I think she's pretty good. Sturdy too, so I don't expect this thing to fall apart, but except for this right here. But I think what I'm going to do is just leave it at that because I pulled it too far. I'm trying to think of a score. I'm thinking just a 9. Just no collaborative build. But there was something else. It wasn't anything fun. It's not playable. So unfortunately, those two items there are kind of bad. Alright, but not to the point I'm going to have to fail her. I mean, I'm not going to fail something like this. This is really nice as it is. Alright, so I think we're done here. I think she is ready for her tour. She's going to walk down the catwalk and just enjoy her day and be just, she's going to model for us a bit. So yeah, not too bad at all. Here is the beautiful horse all assembled, and she's a very strong, durable build. And she comes with habitats, so this is essentially what she is a brick-built horse. And she is completely posable, which means you can move all her joints. She does detach from the base, and there's several different ways you can display her and such. So I'm going to pop her off the base here real quick. And it's a little bit of a chore to get her off, but I hadn't had anything break off. This joint here does come off if you go too far. But here she is, and the tail moves, and the legs move. These move, but that's all it is. These don't bend here. So everything here you see moves. Even this will straighten out here too. They look the same, but these are built different. So, in her head, yeah, she can say no, and she can say yes. So she's very happy, and she does have her head moved down so she can eat out of a horse trough if she decides. And honestly though, I'm pretty pleased with this. It's pretty strong for what this is. Now she will not stand up by herself with only 3 legs. This part here being the heaviest, you're going to have to put her on the base. So let's take a closer look at her. Although the jaw doesn't move, but and this clip here does go in here if you decide to pose her a different way. Not too bad at all. I mean, really strong construction. Now you're going to have to lay down there like a dead horse for a bit. Take a look at this. Just simple terrain. This is a nice base you could use for other creations too. So there's always one side has to be on the bottom, so that's it. And I guess I can pose her a different way. Basically what you do is I think you snap her like this. And if I can remember the instructions correctly. Now this is all impromptu, so, and this clip here does go into here like this, and she can snap right in there. Okay, so it looks like she's jumping. If I can get her back far enough here. And not too bad. And she doesn't feel like she's going to tip over. So you could display this in more than one way. Now I like the other way better, so I'm going to take this back off here. And I'm pretty pleased with the build. So we're going to start the review here with build quality. And if you're looking for something strong and durable, she's a nice one to experiment and mess around. So for me, I'm pretty pleased with how she turned out. So the build quality is there. My build experience honestly was pretty good, especially for a brick built animal. I'm not into brick built animals, but this one here, very sturdy and durable. And in addition, for her being sturdy and durable, she cannot be a playable model. Although you can pose her in different positions and such, but this will not fit in a Lego city unless you're going to use it as a statue. But for me, not much playability with this. It's just meant to be eye candy, a shelf queen, a dust collector. That's all it's really meant to be. But the set does come with a nice selection of bricks to make the other two models. Or you can use the parts to make your own ideas and creations. So there's a lot of stuff here, especially with the medium nougat. There's a lot of this here. Lots of unique pieces in medium nougat. So I'm pretty pleased with the part selection of this set. As far as for my build experience, like I said, it did keep my interest. I wasn't bored with it. This wasn't a build that I was like, okay, I got to hurry and get this one done. I want to get this one done because I want to see how the beautiful horse turned out, and she turned out really good. Okay. Sadly, she's not a collaborative build. So she's not a collaborative build. You can't build this with a few friends. And she's not a playable model. So I have to give this one a 9 out of 10. But it does come with a brick separator, and the instructions were easy to follow. And I'm pretty pleased with the outcome. So if you're honestly into building brick-built animals, horses, bears, or deer, here you go. This is a really nice one to get. It's a nice display piece, so just imagine this sitting on your coffee table. This would look really good. And she's durable, so obviously if you knock her over, she shouldn't really fall apart too much. But what do you think about the beautiful horse? To me, she is beautiful just for being a brick-built animal.